Three words, one photo, and a storm that swallowed a Silicon Valley career. You're watching TimesXP. My name is Vrityatri, and the word that we are talking about is imagine the smell. That's it. Just three words. Typed casually, posted publicly, and aimed, many say, at an entire community, Indians. This is the story of Nick Pash, AI head of Klein, a fast-rising open-source AI coding platform, and how one comment it turned into a firestorm and then into a firing. It all started with a photo, by the way, a packed hall in San Francisco, a hackathon buzzing with energy, engineers, buildings, coders. Many of them clearly Indians or South Asians. Well, an ex-user proudly posted the image celebrating the innovation, celebrating talent, and then came the reply. And that too from Nick Pash. Imagine the smell. Now, at first glance, it looked really casual, even really pokey. But within minutes, the internet, it exploded because for millions of Indians and South Asians, those words, they were not just a joke. They were familiar, loaded, and deeply hurtful. Imagine the smell is not a random slang, by the way. It's a dog whistle, a coded insult used for decades to dehumanize Indians. Its root lies in colonial stereotypes. They were portrayed as dirty, as unhygienic, as smelly. A lie that repeated so often that it learned how to hide in jokes. In fact, in the 2010s, the phrase, it found a new life online. Reddit, meme culture, tech forum. A result that gives racist, plausible deniability. Relax, it's a joke. No, sir, it is not. This time, the joke came from the senior AI executive in an industry that runs on Indian talent. Can you imagine that? And people, they were not willing to laugh it off. Not at all. The backlash was immediate, by the way. Users, they called the comment racist. Others called it irresponsible. Many asked a very simple question. If this comes from a leader in tech, what does that say about the culture? Nick Pash, he didn't apologize. He didn't feel like he needs to. He doubled down, called it harmless, refused to delete the comment, dismissed the criticism. But here's the reality for people like Nick Pash. The tech industry that you are working in, it is built by Indians. Indians are the one who you want to hire, the tech brains, the global talent, the Silicon Valley that is built on Indian talent over there. And after this whole scenario, his boss stepped in. Klein CEO, Saud Rizwan, he defended him. He said that hackathons are crowded. He said that they always smell. He said that the remark was misunderstood. And the pressure, it didn't stop there. It grew louder, faster, and unforgiving. And then the twist. The tweet appeared and then disappeared. Nick Pash was out. Rizwan confirmed the dismissal. He said even though he personally didn't find the comment offensive, Pash's refusal to apologize, it did not align with company's values. He condemned online harassment and ended with an apology. To everybody who was hurt, I am sorry. Case closed? Not even close. Because Pash's firing, it triggered a second explosion. This time led by users angry at Indians. They cried mob justice, they cried overreaction, they cried woke pressure. Some claim that Pash, he wasn't fired for racism but because Indians dogpiled him. Others said that it was an innocent joke, a hate crime hoax. Basically a surrender to outrage. And all of a sudden the original insult, it all faded, replaced by anti-India trolling. Nick Pash broke his silence, by the way. He said that he needed time to process. He also thanked his supporter and he tagged Elon Musk for what we don't know. But Musk just didn't respond to this stupidity. Now this controversy, it reveals two things. First, people in power are no longer immune. Coded racism now has consequences. Word matters, specifically when spoken from the top. But second, anti-India sentiment is real and it is deeply rooted in the US tech world, on social media and increasingly in politics. In fact, under Donald Trump's second presidency, MAGA-linked accounts, they have openly targeted Indians, calling them outsiders, invaders, imposters. The masks, they are flipping. So This was not just about a smell, it was about who gets to belong, who gets mocked, and who gets defended. One comment ended a career, but the debate that it unleashed, this is far from over.